my channel, Monorail Princess, aka Alex. I will post in the little description box below the link to my Instagram and anything else if you have any other questions. So today we're going to be talking about what is in my Disney park bag. So currently, for the last couple ones, I've been just using this one. It's actually a kid's backpack. You can find it at the Main Street Emporium if they haven't changed the design, because they have a couple times. One of the first things I carry is a hand sanitizer. I did get this on my last trip in August, and it's just the Hitchhiking Ghost, and it actually is glow in the dark. So after the hand sanitizer, let's get into what I have in here. So the camera I'm currently filming on and I'll be taking with me to the parks for my upcoming trip is the Canon G7X. I really like the lighting, and I do have a spare battery, which I'll show you guys in a minute, that I take with me just in case, because you are going to be out for approximately 8, 12, depending on if you want to do extra magic hours. You're going to be out for a long period of time and your battery might run out, just in case you're filming or even taking pictures. So I have this one that is the little Manfrotto, and you can, if you push this button in here, you can, it's getting stuck on me, you can actually move it and change the angle. So even if you're taking a solo trip to the parks, you can angle this, put it down on wherever you want to, and tilt it forward, tilt it back, whatever you need to do. I also have an Amazon Basics one if you don't want. This one was about 20 bucks. The Amazon Basics one, which I can link in the description box below, was a lot cheaper, like maybe 5 bucks. So just depending on what you're into and what you like to take. The other thing I always include with me is a charging bank, just because you are going to be out. They do have in the park the fuel rods, so if you want to, if you forget, maybe you forget yours at the hotel or something goes wrong and you just don't have anything on you, you can actually use the fuel rods. They're $30. You can go and drop one off. They have little locations all over. Magic Kingdom is where I've seen the most of them, and you can go and get a new one. So that's kind of cool. So after you pay your $30, you can just go pop it in if you haven't charged yours and have a new one and charge your phone. The other item I have in here is a contact case. So I do wear contact lenses. If I'm not wearing them in the park, I will pack my glasses in here. I tend not to want to take them just because that's my preference. But I got this, I don't even know, it's been quite a few years, and I just put my little contact case in here with some solution just in case my eyes get dry or irritated. It is May and summertime in Florida, so you never know what your eyes are going to do. If you get makeup or something stuck on them, you have the option of taking them out. The other thing I pack is a little box of medication. So anything from, let's say, Tylenol to Zantac, in case you have a little bit of heartburn, things like that. You are going to be eating and going around, especially when we're going. It's going to be Flower and Garden Festival, so I'm going to be eating a bunch of different foods. So just so that I have it in case and I'm prepared. What else do I have in here? I also have my sunglasses. As I was saying before, if for some reason, you know, the heat starts to bother you, or maybe it's just really sunny out there, you can pack a pair of sunglasses. You can wear them in. I just have these little Ray-Ban ones here that I like to take to the park because they do cover a lot of my eyes. So if I am feeling a little bit nauseous or queasy, sometimes I'll pop those on and I instantly feel a little bit better and a little bit cooler. And I don't know how I forgot this, but I should have started and said that you need to make sure you carry your Magic Band with you, or if you have the card option as well. Just so that this is your ticket and everything into the parks. If you're on the dining plan, this will be your one-way ticket for your snacks, your drinks, your food, and everything. They will scan your band. You can also put a credit card up on here depending on what you want to do. You can charge stuff on it, and then sometimes if you want to, you can go and clear up your bill ahead of time if you don't want to wait till the end, just depending on your preference. But do not forget your Magic Band. The other thing I like to bring with me, you know, it's hot in Florida, you're kind of sweaty, you might feel a little bit gross, kind of nasty throughout the day because it is going to be really hot. So I usually like to pack a couple of Cottonelle wipes just in case. I know it's kind of gross, but just in case, you know, the bathroom you end up going into runs out of toilet paper, you have a backup plan. I know that may be a little bit TMI for some of you, but I always like to be prepared just in case. The other item in relation to cleanliness is these, I'm going to be trying these Secret body wipes when I go down to the park. Usually I'll carry these or baby wipes, or even just like any kind of general cleanliness wipes. I've used the Cottonelles before. Those kind of shred a little bit because they are meant for other areas. But I am going to be trying these, and then with that I take a little mini deodorant and put it in my bag, because that way you can freshen up. This isn't the normal one I use. This is just what it came in, like a tiny little travel size, and I don't like to carry my big stick of deodorant that I carry with me on vacation. And for those of you that are curious, it is an Old Spice one, and it is for men, but it works 10 times better than women's deodorant. So I'll be sure to share that with you in my packing video. And one of the last couple things I have is just a little lipstick. So this one's from Dose of Colors in the color Parfait. Usually I stick to something that is either maybe a red, but that's a little bit tricky sometimes in the Florida heat. Gets a little smudgy, gets all over your face, you know, whatever you're eating, you're drinking, doing whatever you want to do. I tend to go for usually like a nude, and then I'll wear like a red out in the evenings, just because if it kind of gets everywhere, you can kind of clean it up. It doesn't take that much. And I go to something that's like my natural lip color, so if I kind of forget to reapply it and we're out and we're doing things, it doesn't look like it's worn off and I have crusty lips, because nobody wants crusty lips. Other item I pack in here in relation to this camera is actually a spare battery, as I was mentioning before. So these are the Canon battery cameras. I do recommend buying the actual branded Canon ones. If you buy like an Amazon Basics one, they have been sometimes known to not work or cause issues with your camera. So I just say play it safe. I know these are not cheap. I believe they're like upwards of 40 bucks. I can link it for you guys. I did buy them off of Amazon, but they are Canon branded batteries. So that's what I recommend. And of course I have my wallet. So, you know, you can't go get those Disney souvenirs if you don't have any cash on you. So I usually just take something like this, or maybe even a little bit smaller, just so that I have everything at my fingertips. I can just pop my card into the machine and I'm ready to go. I also have another option for you guys if you're not really into the backpacks. I know that sometimes it's a pain to carry them on rides, especially if you're going on Rock and Roll roller coaster and you're trying to loop it through your leg. Not always the most comfortable, not always the most enjoyable. So I did get this. I'm going to be taking this as an option. This is from Victoria's Secret. It is actually a fanny pack, because those are back in again. But it's kind of a cuter little fanny pack. It's got the little fringe right here. And then if you open it up, it's got a fairly decent size, so I can put my camera and everything else inside it, and I'm good to go. And last but not least, my cell phone. I always take it with me wherever I go. You know, you're taking a lot of pictures. You can take your regular camera if you want to. I tend to just stick to this because this takes really good photos on its own. And then if you want to take something else, maybe a bigger backpack would be a little bit more suitable. But that is really all I pack in my park bags. Oh, and then these Minnie Mouse ears. If I don't have these on, typically I might pack like a baseball hat, depending on my mood and what I feel like wearing for the day. I usually like to pack a pair of like the rose gold ears. Go with a lot of my outfits that I am going to be wearing, so I don't really have to worry about matching, if you guys are into that kind of thing. But that's really about it, other than a little like Blistex if you're not into the little lipstick thing. But that's really all I pack, and that's it. So stay tuned for the packing video, guys, and on our next Disney